pricing, Madam Chair, my concern is on decision-making organ of the institution as Safaricom. You all know that you cannot put a well-performing company on and try to dilute the shares, because you know that Safaricom plays a very is a strategic investment in this country. So trying to put it on to dilute its shares, it is going to affect its performance going forward, because we are stripping off the assets or the capital and put into other things. So I want to stand here to challenge the Bwana PS that it's not prudent to reduce the government say, because we know government relies on Safaricom and on many areas, and we must know the fundamentals of Safaricom, that it's not about making profit, but how strategic it is to this country. So Bwana PS trying to interfere with the Safaricom, you are going to mess up. Like yesterday, even Shah relies on Safaricom, everything relies on Safaricom. So honorable members, I want to ask you, don't even bother to listen about the pricing. It is not about the pricing. We have a company like Mumia Sugar that was performing so well before it was put on NSE. But because it was put there, it interfered with the decision-making organ. And that is how it led to its collapse. So, honorable members, please reject this thing called stripping off the government investment. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
We'll give the PS. There was no question. We'll give the PS. We'll give the PS to make to answer those. If you need assistance from your team, you can request for it, and Honorable KK will also respond to a few of them. Then we will take another round. I've already directed so.
Mr. Speaker and honorable members, before I answer some of the questions, I would like to introduce members of my team from Treasury. We have Albert Mwenda. He's the Director General in charge of Budget, Economic and Fiscal Affairs. Then we have Stephen Ikiki, who is the Director in charge of Public Investment Management. And then we have Mr. Bet, who is in charge of Parliamentary Liaison. Is in charge of matters parliament. So, Honorable Faith, your question was on pending bills. And I would like to report that a pending bills verification committee was appointed and gazetted to finalize work by last year. But we had to give additional time because the workload was more, and their mandate ended in December last year. So we have now a report that has been presented to us, which we are getting ready to present to Cabinet for approval on the next step. The figures I have seen is that of the 660 billion that were given to the committee, they have managed to recommend for payment about 255 billion. Out of that 255 billion, 80 billion is to the rural sector. And that has already been settled through the securitization of RMLF. So we have a balance of 175 billion, which is we are going to take to Cabinet, and it's our intention that we have allocate financing and bring to you for approval in Parliament in this supplementary. And if our fiscal framework can accommodate the entire amount, we will do so. If not, we will also have part of it to be settled in July. so that we clear it in 2 fiscal years. It is our intention to clear everything verified, because we are also aware that many entities are really suffering because they have not been paid. And so that is why it is very high on agenda. Honorable Karoli, I think in the independent market survey, I thought FCPA chairman, Mr. Honorable Kuria, did very well by actually bringing the formulas here. I am a person from economics and finance, and I fully concur on the valuation approaches he presented and the numbers that came out there, because I think I have also interacted with them. So if you look at the volume, what we call volume of weighted average price for the last 6 months before the time when we went for the valuation, you will see that average price was showing 27.5 shillings. And you saw the market price that was given there was around 24. I think the highest was 36. What was eventually agreed with the Vodacom was 34 shillings, which is, so this sale is being done at premium of 23.7%. And I know the prices may have changed from that time, so that what you see in the market may be lower, but you will see that it is above 17%, selling at a premium. So here, we are getting value for money. And then early dividend, you also saw, it was shown clearly. You are getting 40 billion early, in advance, and you pay 55 in 6 years. So if you took 40 billion now, assuming you took a debt, you would find that the mathematics is short. Maybe someone should show us that slide, because those figures were very correct.
Honorable Karoli, what is out of order?
There is the independent market survey, which is what you asked.
Mr. Speaker, under our Constitution, and Article 232 and Article 10, there are principles of public finance management. Before any discussion should have started on the sale of government stake, the government should have done a survey listing all the pathways to divestiture and analyzing each of those pathways, their pros and cons, and the most likely yields that they would bring if government divested 15% of its shares in SAFARICOM. What we have here is an exclusive arrangement. And I gave the example that even though it is a block sale to an existing shareholder, suppose the 15% shares were offered to other telco operators or to other institutional investors, which one would have given us a more competitive edge as a government? That is a question I'm asking. It is not the valuation methods. I understand those. I'm not interested in the valuation methods. I'm interested in the divestiture options that the government should have first.
Point made and
You've made your point.
So that's the answer I want. Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to confirm that we actually did that in-house. By the time we made this decision to go for a premium and giving to Vodacom, we had done that. Because if we offered to the public, most likely we would be selling at a discount, not at a premium. And that is what we worked out. If we went to market and give to the rest of the 25%, we would be selling at a discount. So discount means we would be even lower than 24.5. It will be at a lower value of 24.5. But here, we have negotiated for the best price.